Hi viewers, welcome to GMIC 2016 Bangalore.
So you talked about investing in talent. Well, I'm Hari, I'm a reporter at Forbes, the Indian edition. Puneet, Sony, and Flipkart probably didn't particularly work out. Do you want to give us some comments on why that was so, and what was the motivation in the first place bringing him on? Also, I'm asking in the context of the broader cultural issues that Indian internet companies face today when they want to find the right kind of talent, as you mentioned. Thanks.
I think talent itself, again, I think there will be hiring mistakes, and whoever has run a company or has managed people, and I'm assuming most of the people in this room have, and you can't make all 100% right decisions when it comes to talent, and there will be mismatch of expectations once in a while, and that's part of the game, and you can't stop yourself from taking risks and stop hiring because of a few mistakes, and I think that's what we believed in from day one, and that's what we believe in today. I think from a culture point of view, I would say that I think it's a growing up process that every company has to kind of follow. I mean, because the business environment changes, the scale of the businesses change, and the size and also the market space changes, requires new innovation or changes in the way these companies are being run, and that essentially is the culture. Culture is essentially a set of behaviors of the people in the company, right? So, or in the organization, and that's you need to then train yourself to have new behaviors and things like that. I think it's part of growing up, and any organization. I'm sure when NDTV started 20-30 years ago, 30 years ago.
26
years ago, I think that would have gone through multiple transformations of culture as well. Any organization, it's natural for that to happen. I think in Indian companies will go through their own.
All right, I see. I have one more question at the back there. Yeah, just stand up and shout. Yeah.
Okay, Sachin, my name is Sridhar. I come from Diageo. My question to you is regarding one of your group companies, Vivnta, which went app only as a strategy, and then they came back and reversed it. So I would like you to share what were your personal learnings, and for all entrepreneurs like us, what decisions did you take? What did you learn from that experience?
You know, that's such a. I thought that was going to be my closing question to him, and I'm glad you asked it, because you remember we were arguing about this on this very stage 1 year ago, whether apps are really the future or whether M.Dot is going to come back, especially in the new phones. So what's your view on that, and has it changed in this one year?
Yeah, I think the data. I mean, the data at that time supported the decision that we took, and the data today supports the decision that we have now. I mean, if you look at, I'll give you a simple from a data point of view. I think so today, I think a few weeks ago, 50% of the world's internet is now on mobile. India is about 80% on mobile today. And that was a trend that we were seeing at that time. And within mobile also, app versus non-app, there was a ratio of 1:7, 1:8. App is to non-app was 8:1 kind of ratio of usage that we were seeing, the browser versus the app usage. And at that time it made a lot of sense, and that actually helped us in Vivnta quite a bit. We beat Jabong at that time, which was the biggest competitor. We took away all the growth from the market for all our competition, and we were able to concentrate on one channel and make it successful. But today, because of the innovations that have happened in the Chrome browser, progressive web apps, and other things, and also the smartphones becoming better and better, what we are seeing is that the browser is making a comeback again on the phone. And in India today, more than half of mobile internet is used on the browser rather than the app, and it's a lot of other factors because of
the user experience in the browser
is becoming very good. And in fact, we work closely with Google to build progressive web apps. We were one of the partners of Google apart from Facebook in the US and from India, Flipkart was a partner. And progressive web apps is something that has changed the experience of browser, and hence and that experience is now being copied from the mobile browser to the desktop browser. So that's an interesting thing as well, which is a desktop browser is following the mobile.
So I have something to tell my grandchildren, right? That I won one argument with Sachin Bansal. They'll never believe it. But Sachin, any last big thing that you want to look out at? Look at your crystal ball. 1 year out, 3 years out. Any last big prediction you'd like to make doing this?
I think it's very hard. It's very hard because of so many, as I said, right, the black swan events that have happened in the recent past. I feel we should brace ourselves for more of these, and it's going to be rough. With AI coming in, the automation of jobs happening, it's really going to be a rough next 2 or 3 years, I would say at least. So we need to all be prepared for that. This will create a huge business opportunities as well, which we should always keep a keen eye on and try and see where to
be nimble and be mobile.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have predicted what happened with progressive web apps in the technology world. I couldn't have predicted the way smartphones became cheap so fast. 4G became mainstream. Couldn't have predicted Trump, Brexit. Couldn't have predicted what happened with the whole demonetization. Right? So I think there's a huge number of things happening.
So lots of big changes. Stay nimble, stay mobile. I think that's the basic advice that is coming from here. And if you're a member of the government who's actually watching this, you should probably be picking up your phone, dialing Sachin, dialing others in the technology industry, because they do have lots of really, really good ideas that can help you deal with the situation as it happens right now. Thank you all so much for joining us. Bye for now.
And Mr. Sachin Bansal. Now that I have to say was a perfect start for the event. We are seeing that a lot of you are tweeting about us, tweeting about this entire event, and are also talking about it on Facebook. We request you all to please use the hashtag GMIC Bangalore. We do have an entire set of our social media team who are monitoring those tweets, and we will be having some lucky winners who will be walking away with me bands. That's right, the fitness bands from me. You will be getting those bands just in case your tweets stand up for GMIC Bangalore. So all you need to do right now is just use the hashtag GMIC Bangalore. Also, we do have some lovely exhibitors outside who are also giving away these fitness bands. In case you visit their stalls, do not forget to talk about them on social media. Use the same hashtag, and who knows, today right here, along with this fantastic sessions that's happening, all of you can get to win the Me bands. With this, it's now time for us to move on to our next session. Now this is a fireside chat that's going to happen right now. So please put your hands together as I first would like to invite our speaker on stage, Mr. Ankit Bhati, our co-founder and CTO for Ola Cabs. A big round of applause for him, please. And our moderator for this session, ladies and gentlemen, once again a huge round of applause for Mr. Gurpreet Singh, co-founder and global VP for GWC. Gentlemen, the stage is all yours.
First of all, thank you so much, Ankit, for joining us. And as Indian, actually, and I think all of you guys will agree with me, that we are really proud about the Indian innovation and Ola Cab in India. I remember like a few years back, in 2009, when I came to India, and it was really hard to get any cab. And we actually have really Ola Cab for that, making our life very easier. So Ankit, I'll go with more direct questions. As a young, both you and Bhavesh, a very young team, how do you describe your entrepreneurial journey? Just in 2 minutes.
Well, startup journey, I think the apt word would be a roller coaster. It's full of its ups and downs, but it's always exciting, excitement. Plus, I think it's like it's the extreme expression of the buck stops here, because as founders, whatever problems, whether it be a customer support problem, tomorrow you walk in, there is hiring to be done, or this or that, everything stops with the founders. So whether you are ready for the responsibility or not, you have to grow really fast, you have to mature really fast, and that feeling of the ultimate responsibility, I think that is the most liberating yet most daunting feeling about being an entrepreneur.
No, that's great. So what would you say your top strategy or vision and 3 top obstacles to compete?
So Ola, we are primarily focused on, if you look at our mission statement, it is to provide mobility to a billion people. And if you look at the statement itself, right, it's providing mobility for a billion people, which means we are addressing all strata of the market, right, from the economic conscious people to the experience conscious people to the luxury people, and all modes and sorts of transportation. So I think that itself is a huge problem statement. But the more challenging part of it is that to do anything at the scale of a billion people, technology has to play a central role. Technology doesn't just need to be slapped onto a solution. It needs to be the core foundation through which whatever solutions we design for the market need to come. And I think that has been what Ola has been focusing on. India as a market, it's a segmented market. There are tier 3, tier 2, tier 1 cities which all have different behaviors. Even within the cities, you see different types of demands, different types of supplies that are needed, different paradigms of transportation. And that has been, what Ola has done progressively. When we started with just the cab rides and so to say, the personal car experience. And then we actually worked along with the auto rickshaw providers and the flag and yellow cabs. We got them on board because there's a huge swath of supply that's there that needs to be unlocked, that needs to be part of the transportation ecosystem, that needs to be brought online. That played out really well. Auto rickshaw, it has also been one of our brand leading categories in some of the areas. For example, cities like Chennai, where autos has historically been extremely, extremely temperamental, I would say, and bringing them online, getting them to understand the economies of scale, giving them benefits. Now, for example, we have seen huge increase in how Ola Share is being adopted. Ola Share is providing sort of a shared mobility solution, but primarily it is also working to solve the biggest problem that transportation has in India right now, which is the infrastructure itself, be it the road capacity or how fast can you put cars on the road, or even the availability of drivers and just the kind of peaks and the kind of taxing demand that comes on the platform. And then there are solutions like shuttle, which we are piloting. We are also piloting Ola bikes. So there is a whole mode of transportation solution for each of the categories, for each of the areas. And I think the third part of it is essentially transportation is a utilitarian need. It is not discretionary spending like e-commerce, and hence there is a wallet share of money that the customer has to keep aside for transportation. And hence, the more you save, the cheaper it becomes for the customers. It's a strong value proposition. And to make it affordable for the customers, but lucrative for the drivers, there needs to be a huge amount of the platform optimizations that need to be done. We are investing heavily in data science. We are investing heavily in understanding the demand and supply patterns, and understanding the hotspot areas and routes of the cities, how urban planning has been done, how our traffics and road infrastructure is shaping up to be. So overall, it's about segmented marketplace and addressing that. It's about working against the infrastructural constraints that we have in India, and creating a state-of-the-art technology platform which can derive the efficiency into the system and make transportation affordable, convenience, and I'd say predictable and reliable for major swaths of population.
That's great, actually. So I'm actually also getting some few questions from Twitter. We are having a live questions. If you guys have any questions, you can also tweet on hashtag GMIC Bangalore. So we have one question from a very young guy, and he's saying that he's a young entrepreneur, but he's struggling with the startup part, and he admires the Ola founders. What would be your one advice to him, whether he should start like in Bangalore or New Delhi? It's very stunning question actually.
I would say that location doesn't matter much beyond what would be the convenient addressable market that your startup is addressing. I'd say the bigger question than city is the team. I'd say the startups in the Death Valley, the starting few years of the startups, the major things to rely on are the team that you have and how agile and open-minded can you be about what your startup is about. And I think, for example, Ola, when we started in Mumbai and then migrated to Bangalore when the situation called for it. When we started with a different idea called Ola Trip, and then we pivoted to Ola Cabs when the situation called for it. So I think having a strong team in place and having that open-mindedness about what market are we addressing is the more important one. The location is not set in stone. We might start someplace and then move to other places.
So Ankit, one more question. If you look at the market-wise, Indian market was not very easy. When it comes, there was no like regulatory taxis in India when you got started, versus China or US, where there was already a fleet of regular cabs. So how do you see the Indian market, which is growing and also very difficult? What is Ola's like strategy about competing with that actually?
So India is a very atypical market, even in the online transportation space. For example, in US and China, there are a lot of part-time car owners who come on the platform for discretionary income. But in India, most of the gravity is towards professional drivers who are doing it as a means of living. And even if you look at how regulations shape up and how the government has set the system up, it leaves a vacuum for supply to be created faster than demand can come online, and that has been one of the major challenges. And Ola, since we started, we've always been the market leader, and hence the responsibility for Ola has to be to grow the complete ecosystem beyond the transportation space. Is nowhere near the zero-sum game, so to say, where you're only cannibalizing customers from your competition. There is a huge market that is still offline, that is still in need of a transportation service, and hence one of the biggest strategic paths Ola has is to how do you develop that supply ecosystem, right from how do you create background checks, credit histories for the drivers so they can get loans and have access to finances, to how do you work with automobile manufacturers to get an affordable car which works well under the duress of transportation, to working with the governments and regulations and authorities to make sure that there is the delicate balance of the public good and the supply being added into the ecosystem balances out. And we have been in that we have been pioneers in having a great tightly integrated ecosystem of transportation with partnerships with banks, with automobile manufacturers. We just announced a huge partnership with Vivnta, and it's really heartening to see that the Indian automobile industry is also open to co-creating solutions with the new wave of startups and address the problem at large, while also adding the learnings of each of the industries and creating a better solution for everyone involved. And it's just amazing to see that happening. So for us, creating supply, making sure that there is enough utilization on the platform and enough economies of scale to make sure that transportation remains a viable industry, it doesn't get commoditized and it doesn't become supply constrained. It's one of the major focuses.
Fantastic. I've been asked on Twitter to go for the audience question, one or two questions. Anyone has a question from the audience for Ankit? Do you have a mic, please? Can you get the mic over here?
Hello. Hi, I'm Umesh and I belong to a programmatic digital marketing firm called Vivnta. I just have one question for you. How has the programmatic digital marketing or in digital marketing in sense has helped Ola over the years? And how much it has grown in that sense?
So the transportation product, so to say, is it's something people use every day. So for us, marketing is more about talking to the customers about this new way of transportation, and hence for us we do evangelization of the technical the online transportation platform a lot to our customers. And as I mentioned, that there's a huge addressable market that is yet to come online onto this platform. What essentially is a very tricky strategy for Ola is, for us there is a catch-22. We need to get customers online, but at the same pace we also need to onboard supply. And hence for us marketing and outreach has been more surgical. And essentially evangelizing a swath of customer coming online while simultaneously making sure that supply is available on the platform, so they overall have the good experience and they continue to become a more frequent user on the platform.
Alright, so I've been told we are very short on time, so I'll ask the last question, which is very important also. If you see the digital payment side and the government initiative, and recently also we saw the huge rise in the wallets, like the Paytm and Recharge, they showed 500% growth. And Ola wallet, how do you see that actually? How do you see the growth of digital payment, and how do you see the Ola wallet facilitating it?
With the decision of demonetization, Ola is, or transportation is, so to say, a need. So people cannot just cut down on transportation, and hence we've seen enormous growth. We've seen 15 times growth in online payment instruments. Ola Money has seen huge customer acquisition, and surprisingly, even in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, we have seen a lot of people adopting online modes of payments. In tier 2 cities, we've seen 30 times growth. And I think what it has facilitated is obviously there is the part of inconvenience that has been there in the population because of demonetization. But it has also pushed so to say, the fencers who were primarily earlier dealing with cash to go to the other side and start trusting the online payment systems. And that's why this move is such an important move for Indian industry, be it internet or even normal offline retail, because a lot of people are now moving away from cash as a currency to figuring out a more convenient, more trackable and more affordable also as well. Because if you look at cost of handling cash itself, it takes a huge margin out of the overall GDP of India. And hence online and digital payments will provide an enormous influx of online users. People who are willing to spend will discover new services, get better prices, and it will overall be an extremely important phase of growth for us. And since the decision, we've seen a lot of organic conversion. We are also pushing for people to give it a try, make sure that all the barriers are reduced. In our technology platform, we would have scaled our technology infrastructure multi-fold just to cope up with the incoming demand. And we have also had a war room since then to make sure none of our online payment instruments are failing or there are no outliers. So it's a huge opportunity, and it's just an amazing time to really capitalize on this inorganic push that we are getting.
Well, that's great. Absolutely pleasure actually. Thank you so much, Ankit, for coming. Let's give a big round of applause for Ankit.
For that insightful session, ladies and gentlemen, could we have a big round of applause for both of them, please? Our next session is about digital transaction and consumer journey. This, of course, is a panel discussion that we're going to be talking about. Our first panelist is Mr. Madhu Deora, who is Paytm's Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. Madhu has over 17 years of professional experience in investment banking. Prior to joining Paytm in October 2016, he served as Managing Director in Citigroup's investment banking business in a career which spanned in New York, London and Mumbai. In his last role at Citi, he was responsible for telecom, media, technology, internet and private equity clients in India and led several landmark transactions for important clients. So could we have a huge round of applause, please, as I request Mr. Madhu Deora to please join us on stage. Our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Amit Gupta, co-founder of InMobi, who is leading an ambitious initiative which has the potential to change the world of advertising and can create a multi-billion-dollar business for the company. Before this, Mr. Gupta was based at San Francisco to grow InMobi's dominance and market share in North America. He has also taken care of the global revenue and operation function earlier. Mr. Gupta has been playing an active part in building a vibrant startup ecosystem in India. He is also an angel investor and advises young entrepreneurs on the various aspects of starting up. So could we have a huge round of applause please as we have Mr. Amit Gupta joining us on stage. Our moderator for this session, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Ms. Chandra Ranganathan, our Deputy Bureau Chief South for ET Now. If I could request you to please join us on stage, Chandra. Moderator, the stage is all yours.
Yeah, thanks so much for that. I hope all of us are audible. If you can just.
Hello,
Okay. Thank you so much. This is a very, very exciting panel because for the last week in India, it's been all about money, cash, money, cash. So I just want to start this panel with a show of hands here. How many of you have managed to survive cashless in the last 1 week? Okay, partially cashless. How many of you have gone to an ATM and successfully withdrawn money? Okay, not bad. And how many of you have managed to deposit the existing notes that you have in your nearest bank? Okay, very few. I think based on a show of hands, at least this crowd can survive cashless. So Modi has some hope as far as demonetization is concerned. But one person who is very happy with demonetization is the person here, the CFO of Paytm. So, tell me how the last week has been in terms of digital transactions. Has India really reached a tipping point in that sense? Because we've been talking digital India, we've been talking cashless economy, but have we reached a tipping point because of this surgical strike, so to speak, that people are forced to perhaps use digital more than they have?
That's a good question. And so, as some of you may know, our journey started about 3 years ago, where we started creating use cases for customers, largely to use digital payments online. And as a result of that journey, we have 155 million users, and we are adding about 500,000 users a day. So that number keeps growing very steadily. About 6 months ago, we started the journey of actually introducing offline payments. And in the last month, we were adding about 5,000 merchants a day. So that was an activity which was growing strong anyway. And in the first 10 days of this month, before the Prime Minister's announcement, we were up to about 10,000 a day.
10,000 transactions?
10,000 new merchants,
okay.
Offline merchants, using Paytm. And after the announcement, that number has gone up to 20,000 a day. So we were fortunate in a way that over the last 6 months, we had already built the infrastructure to actually add these merchants. We had created the tech platform because this is a journey that we wanted to get on anyway. And so now obviously that is accelerated. I think this month we may add over 500,000 merchants, if not more.
Okay.
Offline merchants.
500,000, how does it compare to what you usually add per month? Is it a dramatic increase?
Yeah, so in October it was 150,000. But the more important comparison is that there are only 600,000 merchants in this country that accept credit card and debit cards. Only 600,000 merchants out of the 40 million SMEs in this country. So we will probably add at least as many, very close to that number, merchants just this month.
Right. And the other metric I want to get from you, Madhur, can you tell me how many people have actually downloaded the app, say in the last week after this happened, or has the usage per person gone?
Yeah. So as I said, we are adding about 500,000 users, new users a day.
Okay.
So it is whatever, 4 million a week. But we already had an installed base of 155 million Paytm users who have created Paytm accounts in the last 3 years. So a lot of it is those customers getting activated, and some of them may not have used Paytm for the last few months, and now they're coming and saying that it wasn't maybe as useful for me for just my online transactions, But now I can actually do offline transactions.
Right.
Maybe I hadn't realized that Paytm is now available offline. We're also seeing a very large number of those customers doing KYC. Because the way it works is that if you have a wallet, you can use up to 10,000 rupees a month. But if you just give us your Aadhaar card, or you walk into one of the hundreds of thousands of places where you can just do a fingerprint and we match it off Aadhaar database, we can do a KYC for you in minutes.
Right.
And then you can use 100,000 rupees. So we're seeing that conversion go up dramatically because now people are using it for a
higher value.
The number of offline cases and instead much higher value transactions.
I'm just playing the devil's advocate here. Clearly, he's very bullish about this whole scheme. But there's been a lot of criticism about this, that India is perhaps not ready. And I'm not just talking about the small towns or the smaller cities. Even if you look at the central business districts of metros, say Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Bangalore, the number of people really standing outside ATMs on every working day, standing outside banks, has it sort of really exposed the system that India is still primarily a cash economy, that we are a long way off before we go digital, or people are just getting a little too excited perhaps about digital?
So I agree with you that this whole announcement was very, very sudden, and the country was not ready. Millions of, actually, so I survived because I think we're lucky to be in Bangalore where everyone accepts credit card.
Okay.
Yes, there were a few instances where I had to not give a tip to a person who was serving me food because I didn't have cash. So yes, those were the sad moments. But otherwise, it was okay, at least for people living in big cities. I take your point about inconvenience, and I personally saw big lines outside of ATMs and banks, which was unfortunate. But you know what, in the return of larger good for the country, I think that pain was worth it. Now, to your point about this transformation, I actually believe country of our size and scale and fragmentation, digital is the way to go. The payment, the money cannot be in the physical format because it is just way too expensive and way too inefficient. And if we are talking about bringing accountability in the country, in the system, digital payments is the way to go. And yes, it was growing, 150 million wallets from Paytm and another 100 from other companies. Didn't happen by chance. The country was actually moving towards that journey. But this whole announcement actually just become the sole catalyst, and
it
we
sort of
believe
accelerated the pace of adoption.
Absolutely. And I think in every industry, these kinds of watershed movement actually happens. And we are actually lucky to have one and seeing it in our lifetime. So to me, it was the destiny which we were anyway going forward with, but this will actually...
It sort of hastened the pace.
Absolutely.
Let me just add maybe two quick points. One on the inconvenience. So the first thing that the Prime Minister said, and then Vijay, who's our founder, echoed this, is that there of course will be inconvenience in the short run. So the first thing that we did that very evening was to figure out how can we expand the bandwidth that we have to add more merchants so that inconvenience level can be reduced, right? And wherever we expect to get to in the next 3 months, we can try to get to that point in the next 15 days. So we dedicated all of our sales efforts across the organization into actually offline merchant sales. And all of our advertising and marketing has changed to address this issue. So I think that's the first point I'd make. And the second is that the reason for this suddenness, or why is this required? Effectively, the credit card, debit card network in the country has not worked. Right? There are a few million people, including everybody in this room, who has used credit card, debit cards.
Right.
But it's literally 10 to 15 million people who are habitual users of credit card, debit cards. And there are only 600,000 merchants who accept them. So there is no network of credit, debit card and offline merchants actually accepting them, which has taken off in this country. So you absolutely need a different solution. Right? You cannot wait for that network to gradually expand in the way it is right now. That network was created for developed countries, and that network just simply has not worked in this country.
Right. Amit, in fact, I want to bring you on that. Often when we speak about internet companies in India, you tend to gravitate to the ones in the US, and Amazon and Uber. So, Ola's the Uber of India, and Flipkart's the Amazon. But would China be a better comparison? And I'm not just saying that because we are at GMIC. But even in terms of the way the payment infrastructure has evolved, digital transactions have evolved. I mean, you have people using WeChat for just about everything. It's no longer just a messenger. People buy, sell, do everything. So in terms of how India will evolve, should we perhaps look to China than US, especially when it comes to digital transactions?
Yeah, actually, it's a very good question, and I agree. India is an interesting country, and I believe it's a good intersection of some of the components of US, which is more open, technologically very advanced, and China. And if you talk about the consumer patterns, we should actually follow China more than the US, because just like India, China also leapfrogged the PC internet. There was no big screen phenomena. Same thing happened with India, and our pattern will be very similar. And I'm sure that you must have heard about there was 11th November is Singles Day in China, and billions of dollars were GMV. I think 22 billion to be precise. People made those kind of transactions on one day, and 85% of those transactions or those purchases initiated from mobile. Now imagine the power of this device where people are buying things, and 85% is a huge number. And if that's a proxy, which we should take, same thing should happen in our country as well. So it's just a matter of time. We will again look at those numbers even in India. We just need to have money in those electronic wallets.
Right. And Madhur, I want you to give me as neutral an answer to this as possible. It's often said that the internet world is a winner takes all place. There's scope for just one or two big players. Will that pattern mirror itself even when it comes to the payment space? Because now there's a lot of excitement around payments, different kinds of startups coming up. Do you see scope for perhaps 20 other Paytms in the market, and is there enough space for so many people?
I'll answer that question. I just wanted to add one or two things to what Amit said. At least our mindset at Paytm is that we must learn from all the innovation that's happening in developed countries, in China and other parts of the world, but we must not copy anything.
Okay, not a mental model.
Right. So for example, what we learned in China is that QR code can be a way to make payments. But in China, they do reverse QR code. So the customer shows a QR code and the merchant scans it. Now, our realization was that in China, merchants already have a scanner. In India, that's an additional cost for the merchant, and that will slow down adoption of payments. So we said, why don't we give the merchant just a sticker with the QR code? So we changed it 180 degrees. So we'll give the merchants a sticker, which costs nothing, and the customer already has a smartphone. So the customer should scan it with the smartphone, and the merchant should have zero cost of being able to enable that transaction. The other thing that we see is, obviously there's a lot of innovation in mobile, which didn't exist 20 years ago when these payment systems were getting created elsewhere. So, for example, P2P is a very powerful tool to get people to experience digital payments. Then eventually they will come on as formal merchants, accepting payments through QR codes and so on. But P2P is actually very powerful. So what we're seeing over the last few days is that we see millions of P2P transactions. And these are not necessarily P2P transactions like me giving money to my friends or to my family. These are also merchants who are saying, I have put up a stall, the customer doesn't have cash, should I put up my mobile number and say pay using Paytm? So we're issuing like hundreds of thousands of these stickers, and you may have seen our ad yesterday in a number of newspapers where we're literally telling merchants, just cut this piece of the advertising and put it on your shop with your phone number. And for us, that's a P2P payment. To your question about many payment systems, we think that using the same technology, and you have to look at what the proposition is, with that same technology, you'll have a winner take all, right? So what we have tried to create is a system where there's zero cost of making payment transactions. So if I pay 100 rupees, the taxi driver receives 100 rupees. When he goes and wants to pay a small merchant, then he pays 100, the merchant gets 100. When they take it back to their bank account eventually, when the money leaves our network, then they pay us a very small fee. But the payment transactions are zero cost, right? So as compared to the old world where payments actually cost money, right? There's something called a merchant discount rate, which can be 1% or 2%, depending on the instrument you use. So I think there will exist multiple rails, but you have to figure out how can you reduce the cost of that payment transaction to the users down to zero.
So there'll be multiple models within fintech, say scope for one big UPI player, one big wallet,
I mean, UPI, I'm not sure there's one big UPI player, but the point is that the rail that will get used is the rail which gets maximum financial inclusion, right? That is the rail that is going to win. And we think the maximum financial inclusion comes when the merchants don't have to pay anything to make that transaction happen. So we have made that merchant discount rate effectively zero, as opposed to UPI costs some money and credit card, debit card costs more money. So if nobody else can come up with a network where the cost of making the payment is zero, then I think we win, right? Then it's winner take all. But if there are multiple models through which people can create zero MDR payments, then maybe we'll have some competitors.
Sure. Amit, a couple of questions, both related. One is, infrastructure that's unique to India. You have the whole Aadhaar system. You also have the India Stack, which is an open platform, on which startups can leverage and build businesses. So what scope do you see here for payment startups, for entrepreneurs interested in that space? And I mean, this space has really become crowded in the last year, but do you still see scope where, a new crop of startups can add value, something that hasn't happened till now?
Yeah, I actually believe what Paytm and other wallet companies have done. So creating another Paytm is going to be a tough one. Let me be very honest. Especially for the young startup, because they have invested, they got that momentum and money. But at the same time, you have UPI and there are companies who are being created on top of UPI. There's a company which Flipkart also funded called PhonePe. And that's a good example. I'm sure that the same backbone, actually including Aadhaar and the stuff which is being created in the country, will actually open up a lot of interesting opportunities for startups. And not only, and if you look at even Paytm and MobiKwik and Freecharge of the world, I consider them also a payment platform or a platform. So you have UPI as one of the backbone, you have Paytm and Freecharge as another platform. There should be business models which you should be able to create on top of it. Because ultimately, their system need some more pipes and plumbing to get more money into the system. And there are a lot of inefficiencies still which are there in the country. So again, not giving you the answer, but I think thematically this is what I would actually think of.
I know you got a time check, but maybe I can just add one thing. I think the opportunity, and at least what we are trying to create with offline, is historically people have thought of payments, and especially fintech companies, as competing for a subset of online commerce transactions. What we are trying to create with offline is take this user behavior to the top of the funnel. So people who have never used online can now start using payments, and then they become logical customers for commerce and financial services. And at Paytm, we want to be the purest of pure marketplaces as much as we can for commerce and financial services. And we will have a huge amount of traffic and we'll have a huge amount of data, which we are happy to share. So there's an opportunity for a lot of companies who have done great work in aggregating certain types of supply to come and work with us and say that let's not all compete for the same online consumer. Let's think about customers who have never bought online commerce, never bought online financial services, but they have used payments with Paytm before. And we can now target those customers with our supply on the Paytm platform. So that is the opportunity for a lot of entrepreneurs to work with us.
Okay. Do we have time for a couple of audience questions? Okay. I think we're out of time. We hope you found that the session useful in terms of understanding where India is in terms of digital transactions and where we are headed in the light of all the developments in the last week. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, everyone.
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, was an interesting session, and of course looking at our social media feed, I'm pretty sure all of you have enjoyed the same. Now for our final session this morning, the next discussion of course is India, the story of an entrepreneur, a learning of lifetime, something that each one of us are here to hear about. And the moderator for this session, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Gurpreet Singh, partner and global vice president for GWC. Mr. Gurpreet Singh has a global mission to change lives through innovation. With his vision and passion, he has organized global startup competitions both in China and in the US. With his guidance, many of these startup companies have grown big, done global, and of course have become billion-dollar companies. As a visionary and a seasoned industry analyst, he has also facilitated the investment of billions into Indian mobile industry. An accomplished entrepreneur, Gurpreet is a president at GWC Global Inc., where he has managed the production of GMIC events in South and Southeast Asia territory for the last 8 years. So ladies and gentlemen, could we have a huge round of applause as I invite our moderator, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, on stage. Our first panelist for this session is Ms. Shraddha Sharma, founder and CEO of YourStory.com. In these 7 years, she has incubated the narratives of over 20,000 entrepreneurs. Her prior mainstream media experience at CNBC and Times of India gives her an understanding of how media businesses run, what works and what doesn't. She relies on those learnings to every day improve and channelize herself to be a better professional and create a business that makes a difference in the most real and basic way. So ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause please as I invite Shraddha on stage. Our next panelist is Mr. Raghunandan Ji, co-founder Taxi for Sure. Raghu loves to run when he is happy, sad or just lazy. He's an avid reader and an encyclopedia in his own rights. After a successful 3-year stint with Feedback Ventures as a consultant, he decided to follow his heart, which craved for him to become an entrepreneur. IIT Surat ka, and hasn't lost touch of technology prowess from his days back in Texas Instruments. So please put your hands together as I invite on stage Mr. Raghunandan Ji. Our next panelist is Mr. Deepak Khurana, CEO for VServe. As founder and CEO, Deepak is responsible for driving the vision and strategy of VMAX. With illustrious careers that span over 2 decades, he has spearheaded the internet and mobile revolution in India. Post a successful stint in the desktop internet industry, Deepak is where he launched multiple market-first initiatives for renowned companies. A round of applause for him, please. And our final panelist is Mr. Piyush Bansal, founder and CEO for Lenskart. Half of India, that's 530 million Indians need vision correction, but only 170 million have them. Now Lenskart was founded in November 2010 with the vision to revolutionize eyewear in India. His mission since his inception has been to create enthusiastically satisfied customers all the time, and of course they are all committed to doing whatever it takes to make their customers enthusiastic. As of 2016, Lenskart is delivering 150,000 spectacles a month to Indian customers, And of course, the vision is to deliver 1,50,000 in a day over the next 5 years. So let's give Mr. Piyush Bansal a round of applause as he's going to join us on stage. Operator, the stage is all yours.
Thank you for actually to have you guys over here. And this was actually a very interesting panel when we did a survey on the social media. And actually people were very interested to hear the story. And I'm going to start with my first question as, how would you describe your entrepreneurial journey in 2 minutes and also in 1 word? And this question I'm going to go with Shraddha first because you're the CEO of your story.
You know, I don't know everything in 2 minutes, but
also 1 word.
You know, so I was just telling Raghu that it has been 8 years, and if I have to describe the last 8 years, I would say, which I tell everywhere, that you know, the joy of falling low, you know, just falling as low as possible, brings the joy of getting up and rising, and you start valuing, you know, that you fall and you get up. I think now I realize what it means in the last 8 years. So I enjoy the process of falling down and hitting myself badly, and then brushing off and getting up. So that, and then walking smartly all over again. So that is the last 8 years. And in 1 word, I would say what I feel is gratitude. Gratitude towards everyone, gratitude towards my own self that, you know, I'm carrying on.
No, that's brilliant. Gratitude, that's great. Raghu, how would you say?
I think it's very difficult to answer this question in a single word. But having run taxi for sure and having some time to reflect on things, I think probably I'm one of the very few guys who has time to reflect on things now. Right? I think it was a great journey, and I think a single word, it was more about self-discovery. Right? I think you, while running a company, you get to know so many things about your own self, right? And it's very difficult to really do that. I worked in different companies before I started Taxi for sure. I used to be a chip designer, hardware company. Then after that, I used to be a consultant. And I was good at those things, and I knew that these are my skills and these are not my cup of tea and stuff like that. But when we started Taxi for sure, from sweeping the floor till raising the capital and essentially going through that merger and acquisition, I had to do a whole lot of things. And I think that way it was, there are a few things that I didn't even know that I was capable of doing that. Right? If you ask me before I started Taxi for sure, can you sell anything? I would say, since it's not my cup of tea, I'm an engineer. Right? And sales is not really my cup of tea. But I realized that I'm actually a lot better at selling than coding. Right? And it was phenomenal. And once you start interacting with a whole bunch of people, right, be it your employees, be it your customers, or be it your investors, right, and the kind of warmth and the kind of reciprocation that you typically get from them, the way you are essentially conducting yourself, right, you essentially try to get better and better every day, right? As the company starts scaling, whatever that got you to a particular level, it never get you to the next level, right? So because the company has to do differently, and if the company has to do differently, as founders, we need to do a lot of things a lot more differently than the way we were in. So that essentially becomes a continuous learning process, and you discover so many interesting and exciting things about yourself. Probably, I don't think so there is any other platform or any other avenue where you get an opportunity to discover yourself to that extent.
So 1 word?
Discovery.
So,
I'm going to attempt 3 words. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think my 3 words are you go to a theme park and you entertain the idea of taking a roller coaster ride, right?
Yeah.
Now that lasts for 30 seconds. Entrepreneurship lasts for as long as you want. Okay. So for us, it's been, for me in particular, I've been on this roller coaster ride now for almost 6 years. We all can imagine, you know, what happens in a roller coaster ride. So that's the cycle. That's all.
Lot of excitement. So Piyush, how would you?
So I think I'll agree with Deepak, except that I don't think it's roller coaster. I think it's more like driving up a hill, because the roller coaster returns to the starting point. And I think For me, and I think entrepreneurship is a lot about you're going on this drive to lay, and it's risky. It doesn't always go up. You know, you get these patches where you're going down, and then, but eventually, all put together, you're only going up, right? And there is a long way to go. So yeah, I think it's very similar, at least.
So my next
I
question.
changed the rights. Okay, I don't take the same right.
And that's great actually. I think we all understand that as an entrepreneur, you have to have a right team, you have to choose the right people or people you want to work with. But there are some certain things like you can say that these are the top 3 learnings, which is a learning for a lifetime. Which will be those top 3 things? Piyush, you go ahead.
I think.
So I'm going to check with that actually on that.
Yeah, I was just hoping I'll get more time. I think the first one is very simple. I think it's make meaning and money will follow. And I think you have to keep that absolutely clear in your head, at least for us and for me, that mantra works. The second, I think you have to really follow your gut because data shows something and yeah, sometimes there are, I think even today, there are a lot of decisions that you just take on your gut. You have to follow that, I think, always. And third, I think you have to learn to share. I think because it's a people, you know, we are in an era today which is, all that we do is so much dependent on, you know, what our team is doing. You cannot possibly build a great team if you are one of those entrepreneurs, you know, who doesn't know how to share. And share emotion, share wealth, you know, share partnership in the company, everything. And I think these are the 3 things.
How do you say that?
So I think you know this is something which probably conference after conference an entrepreneur gets asked that, you know, tell me your learning, tell me your learning. So it is definitely right now very challenging for me right now to say, okay, what did I say in my last conference and what I'm going to say now? But pulling back, I think self-learning, something which happens day in and day out. So you get trained, you know, to do a lot of self-learning. I would probably, you know, say that when I was in a previous job, maybe I was, so before I started entrepreneurship, the big difference which I see, the amount of self-learning I was doing at that point. I worked for about 14-15 years in various organizations. I worked for startups. But my motivation for self-learning was not as enormous as I have seen now. Okay, that's one big shift in the last 5-6 years. And the moment you are hungry for self-learning, I think you find there is enough and more. And that has had a cascading effect, you know, in every conversation, whether I'm talking to my teams, closer to me, whether it is my family or my daughters. Okay, I think the one thing which I'm giving them is condition yourself day in and day out to self-learning. That's my biggest one.
Oh, that's good. Look, how would you say?
So, the 3 things, let me first raise points. One is ability to say no, or rather it is okay to say no, right? That's the first one. I'll give examples from taxi journey. So, the second thing is letting things go, right? And the third thing is to really look at both macro and micro value are running the company, right? The first thing is where it's fine to say no. When we raised our round of investment, we got both Axel and Helion within first 6 months of we starting the company, right? And we were like, we never expected that to really happen. And after that, we always felt that these guys are investors in Flipkart and XYZ companies and stuff like that, right? They know the industry a lot more, and we are first time entrepreneurs. And we thought that these guys understand the business a lot more better than we do, right? And whatever the investors asked us to do, we just went ahead and kept on doing that. Right, and eventually we got to a place where they were not taking responsibility and we were not taking responsibility because we got to a place where we didn't want to be. Right, and then we realized that it's okay to say no, we can agree to disagree and just move on, but as long as it's our neck on the line, it's fine. It's not just with the investors, it's with your employees, it's with the customers and clients, right? So if you say no, that gives you a lot of room to focus on few things and excel in those, than trying to appease each and everyone in the ecosystem and essentially go all over the place and eventually don't go anywhere. That's the one thing. Right, and it works in personal life as well. The second thing is to letting it go, and I think most of the entrepreneurs really struggle with that. So we started Action Function with the idea of the product, right? It's so easy to, so convenient to really find taxis wherever you are and stuff like that, right? Because we got so excited with the product, right? As the company started growing, I was not letting go of the product because it was my baby and I was really committed to that particular cause. But as a CEO, I had to do a lot of other things along with the product, right? And those were priority. You need to raise funds, you need to essentially do the board meetings, you need to start focusing on hiring, you need to take care of the culture of the company. But those were the things I thought that I am supposed to do. But product is something that I love and I never let it go. And because of it, what really happened was I essentially became the bottleneck in the company. The engineering guys were pretty fast, right? Marketing was fast, operations were fast. The product was the one who was struggling because no one was able to get time from me, right? And because I was there, I never built a good product team could easily come and replace also. The longer I held it, I was essentially messing around with the company itself, right? It took me a whole lot of time to start letting things go, right? So as an entrepreneur, the company starts doing really well, and the first challenge that an entrepreneur really faces is to let go of things that excited them in the first place to start the company. Right. The third part is it's so easy for us to, it comes naturally for us to really get into that shell when things are going really well, right? Oh, this is the way to do it. I have this particular plan. I need to start executing. What really happens is we essentially miss out on the big picture, right? What is really happening outside of the company or the industry that we are really in, right? And for us in Taxi for sure, we were doing really well. We were profitable. Things were a lot more exciting. And what struck us much later was the Alibaba IPO, right? Because SoftBank made a significant amount of cash on the Alibaba IPO and we didn't really expect SoftBank to essentially enter the Indian market. And that thing changed for us significantly. We never expected that someone would essentially come and put a $100 million check on this. And because at that time we never expected anyone to put in such a large check in India for a company of that particular. We were like, what, 2.5 years? We have been our competition, everyone was 2.5 years. We never expected someone to really put that. But certain things that happen globally, right, which is not necessarily with respect to your own industry, that could change the way things are done. So we don't really work in that frog in the well kind of a concept, which is good, but we need to essentially have that macro perspective. And your entire team is focused on the running the company. But as an entrepreneur, as a founder, it's your responsibility to essentially look at the big picture and also to really focus on what needs to be done. So that is the kind of both macro and micro juggling that one has to really do.
Well, absolutely great, actually. Shraddha, what would be your 3 things?
You know, Gurpreet, this is a mobile conference and I'm going to talk about things which I don't think so we should. Like, I don't know if people in the audience will benefit from that, but this is something I think, I feel that we should be talking a lot more in publicly. I think 3 things which I learned and I'm still learning is ability to not be very self-critical, an ability to forgive myself and heal myself, because and especially I would say as to entrepreneurs, I think we are so self-critical, right? And then you have people coming, customers coming, employees coming, investors coming, and the only thing we are good at in India is to, you know, if I say I love you, Raghu, then I would say, hey, but can you do this better? Because, you know, this you don't do better. Like, you know, maybe, you know, you could sit better, you could talk better, because our way of showing love and respect to someone is to always evaluate and give critical opinion, that how you can be better, how you can do better. So what happens in the process is that everywhere from everyone, you are getting an evaluation on your own self, right? And what do entrepreneurs do? Because they are so visionary and driven that I'll make things happen, you're constantly evaluating and trying to improve yourself or make it better, or you're just listening to constant feedback. Now my thing is, nobody tells us that, hey, you know, just get up and say you're not able to raise money, you're able to raise millions of dollars, your valuation is this, your valuation is nothing, but still you're cool, you're okay, you're smart, you're successful, and you love yourself. I think we don't talk that. To me, last 2 years have been a journey in telling myself every day, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm cool, you know, I'm happy, right? And one second is a little bit of spiritual anchoring is very important, and I'm not talking about religious, because all said and done, Indian startup ecosystem बहुत मोह माया है, मोह भी है और माया भी है और पैसा कम है, right? And we have to deal with a very
defined by that. So they're not bothered about anything. You're not bothered about कि अगले साल क्या paycheck मिलेगा. I mean, like I said, if you make meaning, money will follow. So they know that, and or they're least bothered also. So they're really so governed by that dream, and I think that is entrepreneurship. So if you can't have a dream, you're not going to be an entrepreneur. And you can have that dream, and the dream is not about where I want to be. I think the dream is about the impact the work that you do will create. Right? I want to go solve this problem. I want to build the largest, I want to solve the traffic problem in India. That is just the dream. So I think to me, entrepreneurship is about dreaming, and if you can dream big and bigger, that is, the life goes on. Just have to really to the extent that
dream big, enjoy the dream. Actually, that's really good. It's really absolute pleasure actually sitting with you guys, and thank you, Shraddha, Raghu, Deepak, and Piyush. Let's give a big round of applause for these guys. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. With this, we have come to the end of our morning session.
Yeah, hi viewers, you know about the Share It. We all are using Share It app. So I think you also have a Share It app. Let's talk about Share It. So we are with your name.
Hi guys, my name is Summer Du. I came from China and our company is based in Beijing. Yeah.
Just tell me about your product and how it does work.
Okay, I think Share It is a very famous application around the world now, and we have over 700 million users here, and around the world it's a very huge number. I think it's an amazing app. And in India, we also have over 170 users in India now. Yeah.
In India, 70 users you have.
Yeah, sure. We have 170 million users in India now.
Okay, when you introduce this app?
It's the most famous, I think, the cross-platform sharing app. Yeah, people love it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, people, you can see that this app is really useful. Even we are also using. And what message you want to give us?
I think our app is very useful, and it's the way to change people's sharing, and it makes sharing is easier and happier, I think. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your good time.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi viewers, let's take a demo of ThinkPod.
Hi, we are a company into smart home solutions. So automation is always considered something which is for the high net worth individuals or somebody who can spend a lot of money. So today we are offering the same at 6,000 rupees, where an individual can automate his house, save on energy, and get a lot of sophistication, something like this. So this is our mobile application. So if you see, I'm able to control devices with just a touch here now. So see, the lights will go on, and I'm able to also control it remotely as well. So we also give you some lighting solutions as well. So this color palette has got about 1.6 million options through which you can start playing. So if you see, whatever I'm doing here can now be syncing with your lights. Yes. So it's a very basic thing. Some of the most advanced things that this can happen is, so we all wake up to alarms on the mobile phone. So I can have your alarm phone wake up your geyser, so that as soon as you wake up, the geyser goes on there for 15 or 20 minutes, then switch off, and the geyser can now tell the TV that the owner has finished taking a shower, now he wants to watch this particular channel. And when you walk away from home, all the lights can go automatically off and go on when you come home as well. So this way we're able to save a lot on energy, because we all know every unit saved is a unit earned for the government. So we're able to save a lot on energy. So anywhere between 150 to 200 to start off with, and then you can start teaching the devices how to react, and from there on you can save a lot more on energy here.
We can access from one place, right?
We can access from within the home and anywhere in the world also. So
it's from offline or online?
So at home it's more an offline connection. We don't use the internet, but you're away from home. Say you're at office and you forgot to switch off your geyser, then you need internet connection to switch it off.
Okay, for geyser also we can say like voice SMS, like voice message we can give.
We can send voice messages as well. So for that we have our partner company, which is Intugene Wearables. So Ayush will take over on that. So
Just explain me about your demo.
we are making this gesture recognition ring with which you can control different smart devices like one of these ThinkBot devices with hand gestures and voice commands. So I'll show you a demo with which I can control these lights with my hand gestures. So with one of my gestures I'm controlling, so the lights are shutting down and shutting off. So the same can be replicated with voice. Let's assume you are seeing your TV and you say open Aaj Tak. So with my microphone it will open Aaj Tak. So let's assume you are going to sleep. Now you will say shut all the lights off. So in a second all the lights will be shut down.
And TV also get will.
Yeah, all the devices which are compatible with ThinkBot technology can be used with our ring. So the idea is even if your phone is away from you, you can just use your ring to control all those devices.
Okay. So how you are reaching the peoples?
So currently we're reaching out to people in 9 different cities in India. So the cities are Meerut, Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai and Thiruvananthapuram. So we are tying up with local partners at different levels. So this could be your cable TV providers, your solar panel providers and these kind of partners who can then influence the customers to go ahead and pick it up. So yes.
There is a mobile app also regarding.
Yeah, we do have a mobile app.
We do have a mobile app as well, yes. So this mobile app is a complete 3D app. So when I say 3D and customizable, everything here can be customized, right from the color of the wall to the flooring to where the furniture sit. So when you're sitting at home, you know exactly which light has to be switched off or which light has to be switched on. So accordingly, you can start dragging and dropping and creating this. So we've seen kids who are in their 8th and 9th standards using this app at ease. We've also seen elders using it with ease with the ring now. So this is catering to a wide, larger audience as well.
If it doesn't have Android phone, then
we work on Windows, on Apple phones as well, and also on Windows as well. So when the app is still not there, we have the ring, which solves a bigger issue for us.
if you don't have Android phone, then I can use a ring, right?
Yes.
How much it costs?
So for an end user, it starts with about 6,000 rupees, to which they can automate up to 8 devices and start controlling them through the app. So that way we are trying to keep it very less. I mean, today, a ticket at IMAX is about 700 rupees. So 10 such movies can give you so much, and you can save a lot on energy and make your devices work for you rather than you working for them. So that's the difference, yes.
Actually, do you think this is saving energy of like human?
Yes. So let me take a simple example. We use geysers and AC, but how many times do we actually remember to switch them off? We go to office and then we think, oh, the geyser is on. And the geyser alone can eat up to 1,000 rupees a bill in a month if it's not switched off regularly. So that's where this comes in actually. Yes.
Do you believe this reach as normal people, I mean common people?
So the early adopters for this would be the tier 1 cities. The tier 2 cities are gearing up for it, but the future is here. So tomorrow, 5-10 years down the line, this is going to be the future of the country. So everybody will start adopting to this, thanks to our governments as well. So state government of Karnataka has started a smart city initiative with actor Sudeep, who's been the ambassador for it as well. So the government is actively looking at this because you're not able to generate so much energy. So you want smart mechanisms to actually control that. So that's why we startups come into play here, yes.
Can you give some message for our viewers?
So the only message for now is maybe save energy as much as we can, because every unit that we save is actually every unit that we earn. Because energy not only is costing, it is also having its impact on the global ecosystem as well. So we're increasing global warming because of the electricity that is being generated. So let's move towards a smarter lifestyle, save a lot on energy and help the country become much more greener.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
When the whistle go.
ಸೊ ನಾವಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಮೇಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಅವರು. ಇದೇನು ಹೇಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಇವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ಮೇಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರು ಇದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಫಿಲ್ಮ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್, ಯೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಅವರ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 2,000 ಜನರ ಮುಂದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಡೆಂಚರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಚಾನೆಲ್ನ 2ನೇ ಸೀಸನ್. ಸೊ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸೀಸನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 13 ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, 13 ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ಸು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಫ್ರೈಡೇ, ಪ್ರತಿ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ನಾವು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಪಿಸೋಡನ್ನು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀಸನ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಮೂರನೇ ಸೀಸನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ, ಐಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆನೂ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವು ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್, ಈಗ ರೋಡ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ದಿನ, ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ದಿನ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಇವಾಗ ತೆಗೆದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ದಿನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹಸ್ಲರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲೇನು ಹೈರಾರ್ಕಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಸ್ಲರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ 8 ಜನ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ 8 ಜನ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ಐಡಿಯಾಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಯ್ನ್ ಇದೇನೆಂದರೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಫನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಹಾಸ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಗುರಿ. ಸೊ
ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ
ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಬಟ್ ಹಾಸ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮದು ಗುರಿ ಆ ಥರ. ಸೊ
ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ?
ಇವಾಗ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪೀಪಲಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಫಿಲ್ಮು. ಇದು ಯಾರಿಗಂದರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಹೊಸ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನನ್ನದೇ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಏನೋ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್.
ಸೊ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಹೊಸ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಸೊ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ತೊಗೊತೀರಾ, ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಹಾಂ, ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಓಕೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಅರೌಂಡ್ 100 ಜನ ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರನರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಕಂಪ್ನಿನ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು 30 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಮು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಲೈಫ್ ಲೆಸನ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನು, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಜರ್ನಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಅಪ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇತ್ತು, ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಹೊಸ ಹುಡುಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೊಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಇದು.
ಸೊ ಈ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ?
ಇದು ಹೇಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದೀಗ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಥಳಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೆಮಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಮೇಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್, ಆಲ್ VC ಏನು ಇವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೆಮಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಗ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಶೋಕೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಜನ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ತುಂಬ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ಸು, ರಿವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೀತಾರೆ.
ಇದು ಚಾರ್ಜೇಬಲ್ಲ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನೂ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಅದೇ ನಾವು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರಿ ಏನಂದರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋ ಕಂಟೆಂಟನ್ನು ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಜನ ನೋಡುವಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಇದರಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ?
ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಿನ ಗುರಿ ಏನಂದರೆ, ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂಸರ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ನಾವು ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ಮಾನಿಟೈಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ಇವಾಗ ಆ ಥರ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಯೂಸರ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು, ಇವಾಗ ಪಿಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 1 lakh ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 1 lakh ವ್ಯೂ ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮುಂದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಬಂದು ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್. ಆ ಥರ
ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನೀವು ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಂಸ ಟಿವಿ ವ್ಯೂವರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಹಂಸ ಟಿವಿ ವ್ಯೂವರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಏನಂದರೆ, ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಹೊಸತೇನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆಂದರೆ, ಈ ಡೆಂಚರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಚಾನಲಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ನಾವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವೇನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗ್ಲಾಮರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಇರೋದೇನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಅವರೇ, ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇದರಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇವ್ರ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ನೋಡಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. Hi friends, we are now with Makeup Plus and Beauty Plus. So here with us Jasmine and Preeti. So let's talk about this product and how helpful for us. Hi Preeti.
Yeah, so I'm looking after the product and marketing efforts of Me Too Hair, and we have our flagship product called Beauty Plus, and it's about we actually are different from other selfie apps because we have three technologies in our product, that is artificial intelligence or augmented reality, and another is virtual try-on of makeup, and the third one is facial recognition. And virtual try-on is what we have patent to us, and you can just try on makeup with one touch on real time basis in our app called Makeup Plus, and you can see every you can rectify or correct every gesture of your face, either your nose or your lips or your eyebrows or eyes, from using Beauty Plus. So Beauty Plus is about you making the selfie look good and making it look perfect to share to your friends, and Makeup Plus is virtual try on of makeup. And we do have other applications that are major in other markets or China. In China, we have our parent product called Me Too Pick, from which all these applications have been derived. And along with that, we have a video streaming platform called Me Pi, which is huge in China. Like around 53%, selfies posted on the social networks on China are from Me Too products. You can imagine that how big are those. And we are into in mobile phones as well. In India, we have recognize the need of localizing the product according to different markets, because it is very important. Beauty can be different for an Indian girl and for a Brazilian girl and for a USA girl. Right. So what we thought is to localize the product, and to do that we have done various focus group surveys in each market and done a deep, strong, integration inside our product basis on the skin tones that we have analyzed. Like in South there are darker skin tones, in North there are lighter skin tones. If we talk about India, so we have done all those surveys, and basis that we have formulated our filters and different looks inside the Makeup Plus product. And along with that, we have also integrated 12 different languages, and we have most importantly introduced a lighter version of our app, Beauty Plus Me, because there is a lot of space crunch in India.
I have one question for you. We can use this offline also?
Yeah, we can use it offline. We just need to be online to share it on social media. Otherwise it's all offline. Just download and share the picture online. Otherwise it's all offline.
Okay, it's kind of Instagram, so we can tag friends.
No. It's not Instagram. It's not a community app. It's just a photography app. But how it is different from other apps is because of all the three technologies that we have. No other application will, analyze your face bone structure, your face structure, and make you look perfect according to that. We have one product, Beauty Plus, and it's available in 25 countries. But how that Beauty Plus can make look a Brazilian, woman perfect, and how the same product can also look an Indian woman perfect, because there is a lot of difference in the face structure, there is a lot of difference in how they look, how they appear, what are their preferences. This is what we thought, and we localized it, and we culturalized our app basically by having more and more local influencers engaged with us on our social platform. We have around more than 250 influencers now. We run in-app campaigns inside our apps, and for that we run contests on monthly basis. We have 2 contests per month. We give aways to our consumers. We had a very big contest related to London Fashion Week with the help of combination of British Men Council. We were one of the we were co-partnered with the London Fashion Week, and we had a very big contest around it, and Jasmine handled all the details, so she can.
Yeah, hi Jasmine. Actually, when you introduced this product to India?
It's been in India for a while now, for about a year, but we started operations in India about 6 months back. So what we're doing is that now we have a lot of, as she mentioned before, we have a lot of social media contests. We're trying to get consumers more aware about the product, and so that at the end of the day, the entire goal for Me Too is to make people look beautiful. and without much effort. You don't need to be a Photoshop pro. You don't need to get into the technicalities that much. You take a picture, and you just one button, and that's it. You're ready to go.
No need to go for salon also. I think.
No need to go to the salon, and you can just a lot of times you're lazy, and your friends are asking for a selfie, and you get out of bed. Well, you just go to Beauty Plus or Makeup Plus. You just take a selfie, and you're like ready, absolutely ready. So.
And like I'm using this app Makeup Plus, but I'm getting so many advertisement from that.
We have actually recently started putting in-app advertisement. Previously, we were not monetizing in any way. Right now, also we are not monetizing in any way, but we are trying and testing those grounds.
Actually, I'm finding very difficult to use that app because whenever I log in that app, so I'll get so many ad. So
reason for this, a lot of applications, which actually have such high grade technology, they're paid applications. Whereas we are providing this to you free of cost. Like a lot of people have told me that I didn't know about Makeup Plus, but I paid for this application and now I'm repenting. So, in order to make it free for the consumers, we have to get revenues from somewhere. So, which is the reason why we're doing it. But ads are not so intrusive also. And at the end of the day, what you get, you're getting top makeup artists to give you their looks for free. So that is something which is of value to the end user.
How you people are reaching to people?
So what we are planning in coming future is to collaborate with more and more local influencers and celebrities here in Bollywood or in India, and have their looks and filters integrated inside our app, and moving basis that we can have our user to have that experience to be maybe you can name any celebrity. They can have a feel of that particular makeup artist. Maybe they can have a feel of having makeup done by Vidya Tikari if something happens with her. Or we have right now we have a campaign going on with Movember organization. So it is an organization to save men dying from young. So what we are doing is we are asking people to post a selfie with a particular hashtag which is in-house designed and decided, and we are going to contribute to the Movember organization in any way. Yeah. Similarly, we had a campaign, very big campaign with one of the very famous makeup artist of Korea, Pony. What we did is we asked her to give her famous looks to us, and we integrated those inside our application, and then the user can have the feel of having that pony makeup look on their face with just one touch. So this is maybe I can show you the demo.
Yeah, please show the demo, no?
This is our app Beauty Plus, and we run our in-app campaigns here. Right now we are running on a feature called Magic Brush, and we do giveaways for these people who are participating based on the engagement, on all those details, all the rules of participation. So when you click a selfie here from our app, it will automatically beautify your selfie, and you don't have to do anything, and it will make it look more perfect. It will make it look more renowned and it will endure your beauty. And along with that, you can also beautify your pre-existing pictures. Like for example, if we use this another picture and I beautify this, then what happens is you can smoothen your skin manually or on automatic basis, and you can remove your acne, or you
can do manually also.
Yeah, we can do manually as well, and we can do it on automatic basis. This is what we have to select, and we can whiten our teeth, increase our height, resize, increase the
height in the
size. Sorry,
height in the sense.
Height in the sense, like if you do this, and it will increase the length of your body. So basically it's doing everything to make you look perfect. And along with that, we have lots of filters here which are there in every application, and we have those normal editing options as well. What is different is that we rectify each and everything from the skin tone to removing the acne and firming the skin and slimming your face. You can just see the effect. Yeah, you can just see the effect.
We can slim our body also.
Yeah, we can. but it should be not too far. If it's too far, it will not be able to detect your picture, right? And you can increase the height, you can resize your eyes, you can narrow your nose, so you can just look perfect basically.
It's really useful for especially girls. I think. Yeah, really.
Along with that, what we have, which no other app has, is we can help you, beautify your selfie videos. You must have heard about having Facebook having a selfie profile video option. So that is with the help of Beauty Plus. So what we can do is we can create a 15 to 20 second video and we can beautify it at different levels. It will beautify at different levels, and we can also have these magic brush effects on our pictures. Like for example, if I take this picture of this lady and I can have this, we created this for Halloween basically. So we can have these Halloween effects on our picture. These are live and fancy. You can have all these effects on a picture, and youth is crazy about it. And India is a house, or India is a hub of selfie lovers. And how we can help them, beautify them is our motive. At Me Too, we dream about simplifying beauty at one touch.
What is the future updates?
Future updates is that we are just looking for more and more influencer engagement. We are planning for bigger campaigns as the year is ending, and we have so many award functions going on in the country. So we'll be planning big campaigns. We might be having big influencers with us, and upcoming next year we'll strategize more, because we launched this product in India maybe like 1.5 years back, but officially we started in March 2016. So in May 2016 we launched our product Beauty Plus Me, which is the lighter version of this app. So we are planning to localize Beauty Plus as well as far as possible, and planning to engage with more and more big names.
Yeah, finally, what message you want to give us, our viewers?
So we just want to say together that if you love selfie, you should just check out Beauty Plus. It will
turn an everyday photo into a photo worth sharing.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Preeti, and thank you, Jasmine. So friends, we saw lots of useful products for especially girls, and you can upload it and update it. Thank you so much. Hi viewers, we are with the Samsung internet browser. So here with Mr. Vinod.
Yeah.
Hi Vinod. Actually, he's going to explain us what is exactly Samsung internet browser and how different from other browsers.
Hi. This is a browser which we call it as Samsung Internet. Basically, the objective behind developing such a browser was to give a enhanced user experience to the Samsung users, and we have millions of Galaxy phone users in India. So we wanted to give that enhanced user experience wherein user feels secure about his data, and as well as the over the time the hardware has been evolved, but there were no softwares, there were no such softwares which were designed to leverage on the hardware capabilities. So in order to leverage on the hardware capabilities, we developed this something called as our own web browser. It's a homegrown web browser which is a multi-process browser. So every tab which you open on our web browser is something which will use a single processor. In a sense, each of the tabs is allocated a processor. So that's how your octa-core, your quad-core, whatever the hardware specifications you have, unless you have this kind of software, probably that's of no use. So we have
we have already lots of browsers in India. So what is the use of this different browser?
I'll tell you. The basic revenue model of any of the browsers is users data. So Samsung decided to not to compromise on users data. Probably user might have his personal search or his browsing history, all that gets synced to the Google server or whatever, to name a few. But as Samsung, we believe in security. Okay, we don't make anything out of users data. So we make our revenue model still remains same. We are making money out of selling our phones. So this is something which we don't need. Users data is not actually the thing for us. We don't need it.
It will come with a Samsung phone is already inbuilt.
This comes along with the preloaded. It comes along with preloaded in any of the phones, Galaxy phones. This is right there on the home screen on the bottom line. I can say. This has enhanced features like to name few. We have reader mode. We have something called secret mode. Secret mode in the sense wherein you are using your phone, even though phone is a very personal device, but there are chances that your in a family your wife might use, your children might use and all that. So but there could be some of the
secure from them.
Secured, yeah, it's secured in the sense there are some private stuff which you would like to say, probably about health. Probably somebody is hypertension, probably he is looking for something in the hypertension. Probably that is not something which is really their children or anyone else to know about him. Okay, so we have.
What is the special character of this app?
This app is secure browser, multi-process, and as we have closely integrated with our hardware, so it gives you the page load speed is, page load is much better than anybody in the browser arena, I would say, and the page scroll performance, zoom and all that. And we have given so many utility features such as reader, and also we have video anywhere. You can just drag out your video and play it on your home screen. There are so many things to explore. I would suggest people to use our Samsung Internet browser and explore its power.
If you want to use Samsung browser, we have to buy a Samsung phone. No, we can't use other phone.
Right. So as I said, the basic revenue model still remains same. That Samsung makes money out of selling phones. So we want to give that enhanced user experience for our Galaxy users. So I would suggest people to migrate from any other brand to the Samsung, so that it's a reliable one, and also it's just not the hardware which matters. As I said, having a multi-core, quad-core, it really doesn't matter unless you have a kind of a software which really uses it. So that's the our USP is that.
What about the entertainment? I can say about movies and all, it's downloading and all.
Exactly. Yeah, right. I know we are especially for Indian market, we are coming up with content which will have entertainment, sports and news feeds and all that. So there will be news based on different languages and all that. That is something which is way forward. That is in our roadmap.
Even this browser also will give different languages. No, we can search from different languages and all.
You will actually I am talking about localization for India. Probably whatever is being used in Bangalore, it's not the same thing not being used. The same will not be used in Chennai or Hyderabad. So we are going into that level of localization, wherein probably when you open a browser, you will get something which is very local, and that too again he can that's very that too without having his data. In a sense, we personalize the news content, but not at the cost of having compromising on the cookies or the security of his history or the user's data or whatever.
Means how you are reaching to the people, common people.
Right. We have started this effort now recently. Now, even though we have not branded this,
What are the measures you have taken already?
All right. See, there are no measures as such. As we already have 100+ million of users worldwide. So that happened without even probably providing a hoarding or whatever. So those are the users who are actually the potential users for us. In a sense, they have remained with us just for the kind of experience they get out of this browser, and also the kind of features what they are getting to see in our browser. So just imagine browser. We are not a browser company, right? We are a mobile vendor, OEMs, right? So we have developed a browser which is having 100 plus million active users across the world, that in itself is a big achievement for us. So it's just a mouth of word. Probably we have started now. This is one.
When you started this Samsung browser?
We started 4 years back. Okay.
Because I heard that when Samsung has been started, that time the browser was not.
No, we had our own browser, but that browser was something like, it was not so optimized one, which when we had during our feature phone. But when we started with our smartphones and we started working on, giving some kind of value addition for our users.
Is this business trick?
It's not a business trick at all, because we don't make money out of our browser. Okay, all we are giving is just a kind of a and value addition for the it's kind of a giving back something to our for the people who are loyal to the Samsung brand. So in a sense, this is time wherein we can pay back. Like all these days they are with us, so it's time for us to give them something from our side which is better for them. So that's what it is.
Exactly, really. And what message you want to give our viewers?
The only message I would like to give to our Samsung users is stay loyal, and Samsung is always there. And this is one example which I would cite here, that Samsung always believes in giving you a value added experience, and also it's always that we always make sure that your data is secured and we don't compromise on your data. That's it.
I just have one more question. What are the features, future updates from your side?
Future updates would be, as you see, we have our Gear VR. People can see virtual reality content as they wear a gear, and also we have Gear Watch. There is yeah. This is what we call it as Gear VR. This is a homegrown product which we have integrated with our browser. So all you can do is I'll just wear this gear, and I can see all the 3D content of it could be any of the monument, or it could be any tourist place, probably kind of a Taj Mahal, or I would say our own it could be Vivnta as well. So this is the kind of this kind of an experience is very unique, which is available only for Samsung users. And we are also partnering with so many other content providers, wherein they provide all this VR content.
Tell me about your watch, and we can receive the call through watch also, and we can send a SMS also, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, just a moment, I'll show you. So this is how we gonna this is a Samsung phone, so we gonna add this way, and this is how your content
You can watch match and all in 360 degrees.
Yeah, you can match watch, we can use it for videos, YouTube and all that. And also within browser we give all those contents. You can visit any of the websites, and
It can be reached common people.
yeah, it can be. It is not that expensive, and also this gear comes along with other day Samsung had launched an offer buy with Samsung S7 phone. This was given as a complimentary, right? So that's how we are also kind of giving those value additions. Just not a phone alone, or just the hardware specifications alone really don't matter anymore.
Actually, really Samsung phone, I find it's really good to users.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fine. Thank you so much for your time. And really, friends, use Samsung phone. Actually, it has better Samsung internet and so many lots of features it has. So thanks for sir to explain us, and thank you so much, Tejashwini. Hi friends, we are with the EcoVision now. Here Mr. Ritesh Singh, CEO of this company. He is going to explain us what kind of app is this and how useful for us.
It is India's fastest social learning platform where teachers can launch their courses and a student can discover those courses based on their interest and region. And this is bringing hope for Indian education system where it is ensuring quality education for everyone. This is the vision of Ecovation where we are catalyzing the reach of quality education for every individual of this globe.
Actually, how it will reach for rural people? Okay. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಾ?
The name is Ritesh Singh.
Yeah, not from there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Ritesh Singh, how it will reach for rural people?
So India as a nation having 370 million mobile internet users, and now internet is there where electricity even not is present. Especially Ecovation is having 2 lakh users, out of which 70% users belongs to tier 3 city. So it is already there in rural cities, rural areas, villages where people are learning from quality teachers. Talking about Bihar, Karnataka, Kerala, there people are learning from teachers who are sitting in city, and they are from villages learning from those teachers and doing really great.
If they don't know to use internet, then how it will?
Great. So here, this is the biggest challenge we faced, and we eliminated by making the app, by making the app. So for the access to the people who are there in villages, this was real challenge which we eliminated by keeping the app simple and very effective, where people can go and can learn it from their regional languages. So once if you will download the app in your regional languages, it will tell you how to use the app, and hence you will be the point where you can discover your teacher and learn best from them.
How you will reach them?
So reaching point, the best part how we are doing is to collaborating with government bodies. One of the collaboration we had it with NIOS, National Institute of Women's Schooling. Similarly, we are having now collaboration with the state bodies, which is directly going to the government schools, and then they are spreading the words across parents and students of the nation.
What kind of measure you have taken to reach them? Means what kind of programs, your awareness, what kind of...
That's a beautiful question. So here we are school to school arranging awareness program for the demand of education and how it can affect people. And this is one of the part where we are involving parents and telling them the need of it. And with this, they are coming up and joining hands. And best part is being a teacher, being a parent, if you are using it, you are telling it to your colleague and they are coming up. So the virality is something which is ensuring its reach. Yeah.
Then means like how you are going to explain the people's like you have to use these apps?
True. So it's more often. So let's say if I am getting benefit of it, I myself telling it to the people. So look at WhatsApp. How you have started using WhatsApp. Someone have told you that I'm on WhatsApp, I'm using it. Similarly for Ecovation now this is happening. People are going out and then telling that I'm learning from it. You also started. So this viral effect is actually adding people exponentially. So within 8 months we have 2 lakh users, which are now which is exponentially growing, and by March 2017 we'll reach 1 million user base and affect India by giving quality education.
Congrats.
Thank you so
And
much.
I have one more question actually. Like futures, means in future generation, how useful is this?
For future, the point is the entire country, not just country, globe will be learning from this. We are coming
It's for global, it's not for a country.
Absolutely, and with time we are ensuring its reach in a way that by sitting at home you will be seeing 3D. Teacher will be standing in front of you and teaching you by just seeing the phone.
Again, my question is like going school and mingle with other student and mingle with teacher. It's quite interesting. Absolutely. And we can learn so many things.
Yes.
But sitting at home and watching internet, how useful?
So point is, it is not replacing classroom. It is complementing classroom. So classroom study is critically important, as you said. And adding to that, once if you are at home, it is complementing the classroom so that your learning efficiency can enhance and can complete the learning cycle, learning outcome. So that's what. So it's complementing education so that people can learn best and appear and go into the top tier colleges of India. And
can stop tuitions, I can say.
Absolutely, you can state that too. Yeah, true. Yes, absolutely.
Like apart from going tuition and also we can use this app and sitting and watching everything. We can.
Absolutely true.
Now generation they used to like use phones or
They are
apps.
growing. They are growing with app and phones. Yes, yes. So 3-year kids now watching videos on equation and learning poems. So this is the effect we are making on people's head and people's mind, and their learning efficiency is enhancing. Yeah.
Any exactly phone you are launching for kids? Anything?
So the best part is we are supporting the lowest Android version of 2.3 so that it can go to the grassroots level. So any phone, any smartphone of 2,000, 3,000 rupees, you can use the app and can learn from it.
Yeah, sure. Then we have to pay for this.
No, it's totally free. And this is how it is. We are revolutionizing the Indian education system, bringing new revolution to it. Yes.
What is the message for our viewers and our like rural people?
Sure. So the great message is go download Equation. You are seeing the application there, learn from it, and to teachers, all those out there, please make your learning group so that you can impact people more than the classroom education, 20 times more than the classroom education. Please create your group. People who are curious to learn, go and download app and learn from it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Hi friends, we are with the Smart Viz and here Monami is there. So she's going to explain us what exactly it is.
Hi, so essentially what we do is we provide visualization solutions using VR as a technology for real estate companies, architectural organizations, manufacturing industries, construction companies. What it does is it helps you visualize better than a brochure or a blueprint. So imagine as a home buyer, the value lies in the fact that instead of going through a brochure and trying to imagine how big is a 2 BHK and what kind of view you will get, you can actually walk through your potential house even before it has been built. So we use the AutoCAD files and blueprints from the builders and we convert it into VR. Yeah.
Actually, how useful for common people?
So as I said, I mean, right now what happens is if you plan to buy a home, for that matter, you go to the builder and he shows you a sample flat, okay? Now the sample flat is the best specification available. It can be a 4 BHK plus study, but you are looking at a 2 BHK. Now you walk around the 4 BHK, you see a nice flat and they tell you that basis this, make a purchase decision of 40-50 lakh rupees for a 2 BHK on the 10th floor. They'll charge you view PLC, this PLC, that PLC, right? But you don't know what view you will get from the 10th floor. You don't know how big the room will be, whether you can fit a queen size bed or a king size bed. Now when you can see the entire flat in virtual reality, you can walk around it, you know very well what is there to expect. You can walk to the balcony and you can see whether you see a road or you see the other building or do you actually get a park to see. So it helps customers make informed decisions. So you as a buyer, you know exactly what to expect and whether you should put money on this project or not, which right now is a major challenge in the real estate industry. Yeah.
Really facing the challenges, I can say. So what exactly means how we can use this, means how we can reach?
So builders and ours is a B2B model. So a builder, a developer will reach out to us. They'll give us their AutoCAD files of the project, the blueprints. Basis that we'll create the entire project in VR. And then the builder purchases the solution from us. There are a few VR compatible devices. The builder will have them. And they can, whenever a customer walks in, the builder can show the project to the customer.
Okay, you will give a solution for normal means single house.
It's not a scalable proposition right now. Doing it for a single house, I mean the kind of time and effort there is involved, it doesn't make sense for us to do it for a single house. So if you are asking if that we are a cost-effective option for you or me, right now we are not. So we will be soon. By next year, hopefully we will move to the B2C space. So end users like me and you, we could use VR for our.
Like what are your future projects?
So, by projects, I couldn't really talk about them, but I can tell you that in future you'll see us in other sectors, barring AAC, which would be healthcare, education, entertainment. So these are a few sectors of future.
All the best from our side. And what the message you want to give out?
Well, I would just say that it's good to see that there's so much encouragement for startups from the entire community at large. And it's that encouragement we startups thrive upon. So just keep your faith in us and keep on encouraging us to build better solutions.
Exactly, they will give you. Thank you so much. Hi friends, we are with Gift Zozo and here with us Mr. Sushant and Business Development Manager. So can you tell about us?
It's an experiential gifting company. There are 3 verticals of our company. First vertical is Gift XOXO, which was basically formed for the same function. So in this we gift experiences. There are like many. Suppose you want to go for a dining experience. Now dining experience, simply going for an outing and eating somewhere and coming back is not an experience. It's just like an outing for you. Now what we'll do, we'll tweak something into this. We'll add on something like there will be a private setup for you. There will be like a private butler at your service, and you can talk to the head chef of the company, of the restaurant, and you can get few recipes.
People with brochures also.
Yeah, we do sell vouchers as well. We are into that. We are into that part as well. But main focus is on the experiences part of the company.
Gift in the sense, if you want to buy a pens for like company names and all.
We were into that. Now we are not into. We currently only work on the experience part of it.
If you want to gift any means for employees, if you want to gift anything, then you.
Yeah, we'll do that. So what we have a very capable sales team. Now that sales team will be contacting the HR, or the HR can directly contact our salesperson, and they'll be telling their requirements like our budget is 5,000 or 7,000 or something, and we need experiences for Delhi, Mumbai or whatever, or even for like fact US or Europe. So what our person will be doing, they'll be contacting our BD person, the business development person. They'll be arranging the experiences on that basis, and they will be sending you all and according to that, the experiences will be arranged and they'll be gifted to the employees.
And you will arrange some functions and all.
Functions and all, yeah, we do go for
business functions.
Yeah, business, corporate activities, team building activities, only those things. Not like as a marriage function or something. We are not into those things right now.
Yeah, that's what any company will do some conference meetings and all.
Conference meetings, yeah, we do into, but because that comes into the corporate activities category for our company, and we book like we have a very good, range of resorts with us, where you can have your team building activity or a day.
Oh, you people have resorts also?
No, not a resort as such. We act as a platform for all those resorts. They are very big resorts.
You are tie up with them and you will arrange.
Yeah, we tie up with those people. Yeah. So it is like we have a strategic partnership.
Any team outing is there, then you will speak with them and you will arrange.
Yeah, so we have a strategic outing partnership with Mahindra and Mahindra. So using their resorts and their experiences, we have it on our board, and all the employees or whosoever feels like they can enjoy the experiences.
All the clients you do?
We have a lot of clients like Accenture is there, Cognizant is there, Adobe is there. Then there was one more client. Microsoft is there. So we have a big client base from sales team as well.
Exactly. And what implementation you people are doing? Promoting your products?
We are promoting our products through the television app, through the radios, through TV channels like this, and through we have
tied up. How you are reaching the people?
Yeah, we are reaching the people through like I told you, like through these the promotions which we do through the cab services which we have in India. Then we have services through radios and televisions. Recently we have entered into the digital marketing field. And digital marketing field, we are like looking for a strategic partnership, and so that we can get our hand on that as well.
So have you felt useful of this exhibition?
Yeah, it has been a very good exhibition for us actually. We have got a lot of good potential leads, as well as we have got good potential partners which we can have for our marketing stuff or a promotional event and all those things. Even we got few things for a content partnership as well.
What are the measures you are taking for future?
For future, we are
In future generation, I think they will come up with the new ideas. So what are your products going to give? Some gift for future?
right now. What I think is like the mindset in India is changing. Earlier, we were like wired to like get a monetary benefit, use it for some savings or whatever stuff and all. Now, what we want to do is we want to live the life which we have, because we don't know what will happen in future. So we have these experiences, and also like parasailing people want to do, bungee jumping, and then flying a plane, which is one of the dreams of each and every individual, I will say. So those sort of things are there which people want to do, and people are getting into those things now. Earlier it was not a trend. Now this has become a trend. So this has a great future. This company has a great future because of the selling of these experiences.
Yeah, I wish you all the best. And can you give us some message?
Yeah, do contact Gift XOXO and Progo for the experiences, because it's one of its own kind company. We curate the experience, we just not provide the activities. So we won't disappoint you if you get connected to us.
Thank you, Sushant. Have a great day. Hi friends, we are here with Budly.in and Mr. Rohit Bhagaria is there with us. So let us talk about this, what exactly it is and what product is this and how helpful for us. Can you explain us?
Hi, Budly, which means change, is into reverse commerce of used gadgets. So we buy back used smartphones, tablets and laptops online, and then we refurbish and resell these refurbished gadgets at low price points from a trusted source with a 6 months warranty across India.
Okay, from when you started this business?
So this was started early last year and we are scaling up quite rapidly. This space is primarily unorganized and we're looking at solving two problems end to end. One is for people who want to sell their used gadgets, provide a consistent, controlled, curated selling experience which was missing. And second is, since India is such a value and price sensitive market, provide gadgets with good huge savings from a trusted source with the assurance of a warranty.
Do you have any application of that?
Yes, we have an online website as well as mobile app on both iOS and Google App Store.
How to use that?
So anyone can just go to the website, choose the model that they want to sell their device, select the specification, condition and age. It's a technology-based platform which gives the dynamic instant pricing. So you'll get to know instantly what is the value of a used gadget. After that, we arrange free shipment pickup from your location. We verify and we pay you directly by online bank transfer. After that, these products go through our technology-driven quality check process, refurbishment, and again for reselling, you can go to our mobile app or our e-commerce website, where you have an access to a large selection of refurbished gadgets which are duly checked and resold with warranty.
If I give you one gadget, so I can get it back that with a alteration?
No, we don't do repairing. We are into buying and selling only.
But you do that remodulation, no?
Yeah, we do the refurbishment and then we resell after that with warranty.
Okay. Then how can you, means providing all the people's, like how do advertising everything?
So right now our focus has been on growing organically and through partnerships and word of mouth. We also work with e-commerce companies, we work with offline retailers, we work with businesses who want to sell their gadget devices.
Is this offline application?
This is both online and offline. Offline we work through partners, online we work directly. And this is not just about disrupting an unorganized sector of secondary gadgets, it is also about creating and driving change by bridging the digital divide in India between people who have access to technologically advanced gadgets and people who don't, and also in being environmentally
Only in India or all over the world?
Only in India, and also it's environmentally friendly by helping us reduce e-waste.
I think I heard about that this one, what you can say, that almost all, so many applications are there. We can sell all the house material, gadgets or bike, cars, whatever. So how different your app is?
Sure. So this, all the other are classified ads platforms where you can list a product but you're not sure when it will sell, at what price, genuinity of the person who's going to buy from you. So we take care of all those problems because we are the direct buyers. We provide instant price discovery, free shipment pickup from your location, and direct payment after verification. For a seller,
Not sell by people to people. It's sell by people to you.
yes, we are the buyers and we are the sellers. So we provide the trust and assurance which is missing.
Okay, fine. What message you wanna give us?
So the message that we want to give is that this is a new space that is emerging, and we want to encourage you to use our platform to dispose of all the used gadgets like smartphones, tablets and laptops, and you have the option to buy refurbished gadgets with huge savings at lower price points after it is duly quality checked at our end with warranty.
Okay, you will get it with warranty. Otherwise, you not.
Yeah, we resell it with our own warranty, which is valid across India.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Hi friends, we are with Santosh Charan Prasad from Nudge, the Nudge team. So let's talk with him. He's going to explain us what is exactly the Nudge.
Thanks, Tejashwini. Hi, viewers. The Nudge Foundation is a not-for-profit or NGO. We are working out of Bangalore right now. We work with youth between 18 and 25 years of age, giving them, people who have missed their college education, school dropouts, etc., giving them a chance to get a job and also be ready for life.
How you are reaching rural people?
So we have an admissions team of 12 people who actually go to every part of Karnataka to talk about, our program, the course that we do with the students, and we talk about the place where we teach them called Gurukuls. It's like small college campuses where they can come and stay there, study for 100 days.
It's kind of application or how it is?
So there is no application. You need to be interested in the technical skill that we teach them or livelihood. So right now these are beautician, data entry, beautician training, data entry and driving. We teach them that and other skills, how to manage your life, family, health, finances, how to manage money, and also basic English, computers and mathematics.
How you will reach them?
How you
going to reach them, and then advertising, how you are
right.
Explain your product.
So the course is called Program in Life Management. So how to manage your life, and we give them a job at the end of. So we give young people a job at the end of the course as well after the 100 days, and after that also we want to support them for life. So if they want a job again, or if they want a loan to start a business, for all these things we also support them for life. So one is other not NGOs can also help bring people to our.
No, that's what my question is. Already so many NGOs are there. Like the Nudge is how different it is from the NGOs.
So I think the Nudge is very different, and in just 1 year, starting with a small batch of 46 students, right now we have already 300 students who have finished our course and are all working in jobs now. And we want to have, right now in a year, we teach 1200 students. And by 2020, we want to reach 1 lakh people from all over Karnataka and in India to actually make sure that they get jobs, they stay in a job and live life comfortably with their families.
So what are the future measures you have taken already to reach our coming generation?
Right. So we started with 1 Gurukul campus. Now we already have 4 Gurukul campuses in Bangalore. In the future, we want to start many other Gurukuls like this to reach that 1 lakh people that we want to reach. So my, my suggestion is for all young people anywhere who want a job, who want a good life, to come join us, study with us, and learn, how to get a really good job, as well as, how to lead a wonderful life. I think Gurukul is like a movement, and we want more and more young people, supporters, who can come forward to make this, a large, impact program.
What about the fees?
So upfront there is no charge. For the students, once they get a job, after they study, over 18 months, they pay back 1,500 every month. So that is how, the education.
Every month means still?
For 18 months. So 1.5 years after they finish education, Correct. Once they get a job and finish education, they pay back 1,500 rupees over a period of 18 months.
So how you're going to rural session and how you're creating awareness?
Right. So like I said, we have an admissions team, 12 people who are going to all parts of Karnataka, especially 5 districts in the northern Karnataka, Gulbarga, etc. To create awareness, talk to people. We go door to door to talk about our program. Are there any young people who can benefit from such a program, who are looking for jobs, who want to learn skills that are related to life that they may not have gotten in college or school. So that is one. Others, there are a lot of NGOs like KHPT in Karnataka who support us to bring and mobilize people. KHPT Solidarity Foundation.
They tie up with you?
Yes, they tie up with us to bring in students to our Gurukul program.
Okay.
So we have multiple NGOs in Karnataka, outside of Karnataka, who mobilize people for us.
You're only working at Karnataka?
Right now, yes. We have our centers in Bangalore right now. Our students come from all over Karnataka, Mandya, Chikbalapur, every part of Karnataka right now. Yeah, so.
You people are planning to go like India and all?
Yes, we do have plans to go pan-India. Our students definitely should come from all over India. As of now, roughly 80% of them are from Karnataka, but in the future there will be many more from outside of Karnataka as well. But since our centers are here, there are enough people who need jobs.
Actually, as per me, there is a India and all, like Gujarati side and all, there are uneducated people, more people are there.
Yes, so there are a lot of people who need this in areas like UP, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Orissa as well. So our admissions team is doing a fantastic job getting partners. Our partners doing a brilliant job as well, bringing in more people and making this a powerful movement. So we also have plans to get people from these areas that actually need this as well, apart from Karnataka. A lot of people in Karnataka need it as well, but a lot of people across India, whoever needs it, we are happy to help them and we would love for them to join hands with us.
Can you give us some message to our Karnataka people?
People all across Karnataka, I think this is going to be a fantastic movement. Would really need your help. If you're somebody who's looking for a job, please come join us, study with us, and be a part of this family that we call Gurukul family, started by the Nudge Foundation. And for others, there are multiple ways to support us. Please visit our website, thenudge.org. Follow us on Facebook, and engage with us in many ways. There are ways you can you can also donate monthly, one time. We need all the support that we can.
So even I also wish that you can join the Nudge and you can learn about the life and you can find new jobs also. Yeah. Thank you so much, Santosh.
One of our graduates, Akshita. So we have about 300 graduates like that. So these are the people who inspire us every day, and hopefully there will be more Akshitas from all over Bangalore and India, who will be part of our Gurukul family.
Even I wish from our channel side. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Yeah, hi friends, we are with Mr. Ryan and he's going to explain us what is exactly GWC. Please.
So I work with the GWC Innovator Fund. We're the venture capital arm of the parent company GWC. GWC is the one that's putting on the Global Mobile Internet Conference, which is the conference we're at right now. But what I do for the events is I help put on the startup competition called G Startup Worldwide. And it's a startup competition where we actually invest $50,000 in the first place, $30,000 in the second place. We also support all 15 of the companies that are in the competition with mentorship from Google Launchpad. And then we also fly the winner of G Startup of all the locations, Tel Aviv, Beijing, Tokyo, Jakarta, Sao Paulo, Silicon Valley, Seoul, Mexico City, Hong Kong, and Bangalore, all to Silicon Valley for a global championship where we invest an additional $250,000 in the first place and additional $120,000 in the second place. And basically how the process works is we get the best VCs, the most influential VCs in each region to actually judge the competition for us. We have them then recommend startups to the program. We open up the application. We typically get between 400 and 700 applications. and then we let the VCs actually judge the startups based on team, traction, products, and industry, and they select which companies will actually participate in the event. So tomorrow, we're going to have the top 15 startups pitch in the morning to one set of judges, and then they'll select the top 3. And then in the afternoon, the top 3 will be pitching on the main stage, and they'll actually select which startups we invest in.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hi friends, we are with Mr. Kunal Patel. He's going to explain us regarding the Work India. Please explain us, sir.
Thank you so much. So we are a product to connect candidates and employers in the blue collar workforce. And we are India's only 100% automatic smart mobile product in this segment. So what do we do? This segment has 23 crore people. These are all people who are looking for jobs, working in Domino's in delivery, working on the street on field sales. And right now there's nobody helping them find jobs. So we are 5 people who have left our jobs. I was in America for 5 years, and we have left our jobs just to help them find jobs very easily and find employers very easily. So that's what we do.
Hi friends, we are here with the Care on Go team, Aditya and Ritu. So they are going to explain us what exactly it is.
Hi guys, so Care on Go stands for a venture which actually helps retail pharmacies in India to connect to technology platform and help them with their day-to-day operations of procurement from more than 500 brands, connect to the consumers, a marketing platform to reach out to them, market to them. So we bring in a lot of standardization as well as transparency when it comes to pricing of products, offers being launched by brands, and that's what makes us set us apart to the others.
They actually how helpful for normal people.
So normal people, if you see, there are more than 8 lakh pharmacies in India, and they are also the people among us only. So helping these people, enable their operations and increasing their business through technology will actually help indirectly everyone who is related to them, their family, their friends, their consumers. So we see that there is a big change which is going to come through this concept.
How you are going to help through this? Means it's kind of application, is it? So if I don't know anything to handle the application, then how you will teach us?
Sure. So in terms of the application as easy as you have been using Facebook for a while. So for the retailers, it'll be the first time in the history that they reach out to you through messages. So you can expect your retail pharmacy, neighborhood pharmacy to reaching out to you through a discount coupon code. You put that discount coupon code into our app and you connect to that pharmacy. So now you need not go to the pharmacy store to buy your products. Sit back at your home, relax, and your pharmacy products will reach out to your home directly.
Thank you so much. Actually, it's really helpful for us. Thank you so much.
When the whistle go.